What's going on, plumbers and HVAC contractors? Welcome back to Bloq. We are here to give you some insight regarding lead acquisition and also what is the best strategy that can help you get more opportunities. So I have Eddie with me, and we're going to discuss this contractor that we boarded this year. And you guys already know who this contractor is, Service All Star. So let's jump in. So what's up, Eddie? Tell me a little bit about what we did with Service All Stars to get where he is at right now, and how is it that we lower his acquisition, and at the same time, what marketing strategy helped them get more opportunities?
Thank you, Avi. So I want to start with the end in mind. So when we started with this account, the problem that the account was having was the cost of acquiring customers. It was too high. So we were doing, I don't know if you remember, we were doing PPC. So PPC was coming in very high, and the company added a new service division so that way we can diversify. So one of the things that we did was an in-depth analysis where we wanted to see exactly what was bringing in the revenue to the company. I don't know
Yeah,
if you remember, we went over that.
yeah.
And one of the things that we found out was that the cost to acquire a customer was too high because the company was not diversified.
Mm.
I don't know if you remember that we
Well,
only had one or two campaigns
yeah, I think so.
at the beginning.
Yeah, well, we had the emails. We had
Exactly. And we were doing a little bit of email marketing, but that was not moving the needle. We needed more revenue. So the last month we went over the numbers, and guess what? The cost to acquire a customer went down dramatically.
Mhm.
And the SEO, the local SEO, was actually the number one campaign so far, and that was the campaign that was generating most of the revenue. Okay,
About more or less like
yeah. So let's say
50% or
I'll probably say anywhere from 45 to 30%, 45 to 50%
okay.
of the inbound opportunities.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's really good. So by doing that, we were able to lower the acquisition cost because once you set up your SEO, it's a done deal.
Mhm.
Okay, you want to make sure that, well, everything that we did. So let me give you an example of what was done in the account. So we started. What was the major thing that you think was the hardest when we were implementing the SEO strategy for this company?
Well, one of the things that everybody needs to understand is that this, company, they revamped their whole website from what they previously had to this new one. One of the most important things that I have to point out is that when you get your website developed, you got to make sure you have full access of your website. Otherwise, if you bring someone on board to help you do the SEO, it's going to be very tricky. I think that's what we were having issues, and of course the new location. The new location was very important because when it was time to verify the location, Google was not accepting the verification because we needed evidence to showcase that this location existed. But thankfully, our team was able to help Service All Star verify that location by providing a video. And of course, what's more important is that we were able to connect the customer with Google support. As you know, these days you can't even connect with any of them.
It's
You
very
have to
hard.
go to the Q&A, and it's hard. It's like it's a deep search that I don't think anyone is able to contact anyone. So we help Service All Stars get that, and I think that was the number one problem we had in the beginning, getting the location verified. But once we got the verification, then it was good after
It
that.
was a done deal.
Yeah.
And he also mentioned something, and this is for a lot of people that are barely starting getting their SEO right. One of the things when you're doing business with a company, you want to make sure that the website belongs to you,
Yeah.
that you have admin rights to the website, because
Exactly.
when you're doing SEO, the website is your base, your foundation. By putting all those keywords, adding those pages, and then we work on other things, the meta tags and all that extra stuff.
Yeah.
But if you don't have access to your website and you bring another team, then you're going to be limited, and that team is not going to be able to perform or do a good job when it comes down to the SEO. And I don't know if you remember that that was the problem that we were having, not being able to have full access to the website. And up to this point, we're
Yeah.
still working with the company that we took over.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think at this point it's all about communication. If the developing company is willing to help you out, then okay, that's great. But if not, then I hate to say it, you're gonna have to jump with someone else. We could do that, but it's up to you. So yeah, what Eddie said, that is very important to make sure that you have 100% admin rights. Otherwise, you won't be able to do anything, and it's going to delay the process. And that's what we were in the beginning. And the more delayed, the more we were seen as irresponsible or not, doing the things when they should have been done. So that's very important to know. So
And also something that you mentioned. So the way that we do things is a little bit different. So we go in deep on the data, and the reason why we know that the cost of acquiring customers went down dramatically because we went into Service Titan and we offer the account a platform. Okay, a lot of other companies they tell you, okay, we got you this many keywords on position one. The way we do it at the end of each month, okay, and correct me if this has if this is not the current way of doing things, but once we get our monthly meetings, we go over the calls that actually came in through the SEO. So if you cannot see calls coming in through the effort of SEO, then maybe you might not be working with the right company. So
yeah,
you got to make sure that you're working with a company who's 100% transparent, a company that's going to be able to give you those reports, because like they say, trust but verify. Make sure that the job is being done. Make sure that, because the objective of doing this is to generate organic leads. Okay, you want to lower the cost from paying $400 to $500 to maybe 100 150. Okay,
exactly.
so reviews, and this is another subject that moves the needle when it comes down to SEO. What was it that this company was not doing before we took over the company when it came down to reviews? I
They
don't know
were
if
not.
you remember.
Well, I remember they weren't really getting any reviews. Most of the reviews were really old, and some didn't seem like they were reviews. So I don't know. I mean, yes, like you always have people writing dumb stuff, but I think that was key. Once the reviews were being submitted, on constantly, then that's what we were starting seeing, the change, and also helping on the SEO. So I think that's what the contractors need to worry about, is those reviews, and I don't think it takes a lot to get those from the customers. I mean,
Yeah.
after all, if they're doing a good job, they should be
Yeah,
getting that.
definitely. So we're gonna share some before when we started the campaign and the results that we have right now. So Evie's gonna share some analytical numbers so that way you can see. Because like I said, going back again, trust but verify. Make sure that you're working with somebody that you can trust. Check the track record. Make sure that they have experience, because a lot of people might tell you, yeah, this is working, but okay, show me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you gotta verify that.
Yeah, one of the things that we're very adamant about is, aside from transparency, we like to make sure that things are organized, and it needs to be simple. It needs to be in a way where the client, understands what goes behind, what we do. Of course, we're not going to show you all the details because it gets boring. I mean, I don't think that's what you need to know. All you need to know about is what goes on, the SEO or whatever task we take on our belt, and the final report. And like we like to do comparisons. Like Eddie mentioned, if your SEO is if you're ever to compare your SEO with all the calls with the system that you have, then your SEO is doing good. Otherwise, you're gonna have to switch companies, and nobody wants to do that because it's more resources and it takes more time.
And I also want to add, so something that we did with the company too. It's we working with multiple satellite locations, meaning more than one location. So when you're working, so when you start doing SEO, it's a lot easier because you're managing one location. But if you want to add a second location, that's when the skills take, because we don't want to show ourselves as spammers. So the copy, the pages, the blogs, the unique content has to go along with the strategy that you're developing for the company. So as I mentioned to you guys, this company is getting into plumbing, and because of the experience that we have in plumbing, we're going to make sure that the company is ranking for the right
Yeah.
keywords, the keywords that are going to generate the right revenue for them, because we don't want to get into dumb calls that are not going to generate any revenue and waste your time.
Yeah.
So again, make sure that you working with a company that knows how to deal with situations like that. Working with one location, it's a lot easier, but when you're working with multiple locations, you need to pay attention on how that's being done. So you don't want to get penalized. and we make sure that, again, with our reports, we are 100% transparent. So if you guys want to see results and you don't want your competition to steal your customers, reach out to us. We're going to be able to do an analysis, kind of what we have done. And can you tell us a little bit more on what the free analysis consists, so that way, there's no miscommunication.
So on the analysis, what we will be doing is we'll first see where your website is at. We'll check every page. We'll check your ranking, and once we generate a report, then we'll show it to you. Look, Mr. Customer, this is what you're missing, and by fixing this, you're going to be able to improve your overall strategy. So and it doesn't cost anything. I mean, the important thing is for you to have the knowledge, and in knowing what exactly is affecting your overall online business.
So again, if you want to get your marketing right, give us a call. We're going to help you with that free analysis. Either Evie, myself, or one of our agents are going to help you, and we'll go from there.
Exactly. So visit blockmarketing.com and book a consultation, and we'll be happy to help you out.
Thank you.